Sir Fix-a-Lot here. Boy, I think you're gonna like this video because whether you own an MGB or an MGA or any of those engines, I think I've cracked the code. There's a bypass in the head that when the car came new, there's a bellows. And I've never heard of it. Years and years and years of turning wrenches on these engines my father's done, and it's never been brought up. So I kind of like stumbled upon it, and here we are. I think this is what is going to help everyone out there with these engines. Maybe you're not getting hot, maybe you're not overheating, and maybe you are, but I'm running an MGB engine in a MGTD, so my radiator is like 40% smaller. Well, what do? You have to increase the thermal efficiency of that radiator and the engine. So what I did was I made a thermal bypass sleeve fit with the thermostat, so you still get the warm up, but you still get more flow through your radiator. Now, you comment and you tell me, did I just discover some magic cure here? I don't know, but I took it out last night after installing it, and boy, it sure stayed nice and cool. I mean, after all the videos I've seen of guys saying, oh, my MG runs hot and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Could it be this simple? You know, maybe. I hope so. I hope I can help you out. This is just a setup. Here's the video. No fancy video editing, no graphics, no nothing. Here you go. Enjoy. And let me know. What do you think? Do you think that I'm onto something? Okay, so you've got an MGB engine. You've got the 1800. You've got it in your 52 MGTD. And because the radiator is smaller, you need to move more coolant through the radiator. Or let's just say you even have an MGB or an MGA. This is applicable to many, many of these engines. So what you have, and you can go and buy this right on Moss or other places, I'm sure, is got your thermostat, drilled a little weep hole in it. I did this yesterday, so I tested it, and with my smaller radiator and an improperly configured fan, because I didn't want to pull the whole assembly out, I did not heat up hardly at all. It took a long time, and then I didn't overheat. These are called thermal bypass sleeves. And they come, the flange is larger. So you have to grind around the edge and then thin it out just enough to where it sits down in, but you can still set the thermostat in there, and as you can see, it's sitting in there just enough to where I can't move it out of the circle, out of its depression or the milled surface in the block. And what that does is, if you look right here, that is a bypass in the head. And looking it up, I found that the water, instead of going up to the radiator, it takes the path of least resistance and it washes itself back through the head again. So what are you doing? You're heat soaking. You've got a loop of heat that is not being pushed, the coolant is not being pushed up and through the radiator, giving it a chance to circulate. So I bought this bypass sleeve And, oh, what is that? Sorry, a little housekeeping here. Got some gremlins. And I was told to orient the holes transversely to the longitudinal axis of the engine when instructed by, well, you know who. But as you notice, there's 4 holes, front, back, side, side. So I asked, and it said, well, you still have to orient the 2 holes, because I imagine you do want some water to get through, or coolant, I'm sorry, to get through there. So I put this in last night. I ground it down. I deburred it with a round file on this side, because if you have a burr there, it's going to cause a leak. So you grind it till it fits just right. You want to leave enough lip here. If it got any thinner, it'd probably fall down, and it would defeat the purpose, because it would be lower than the bypass port. So you make that edge just shallow or thin enough to hold itself here and be able to set the thermostat in and not be able to move it out of its depression where it would normally sit. Then I put my coolant elbow on. I RTV'd it to this side, and this is a Moss Motors gasket, so it looked pretty thick, and I thought, well, there's probably enough thickness there that it's going to seal on this edge. And wouldn't you know it, I had no leaks last night whatsoever. Now, I took this apart when I didn't have to, but I thought, hey, I haven't seen this on the internet. You can search from the front to the back of the whole internet, and I could not find anything on this thermal bypass sleeve. And now I can feel that it positively, you know, I can feel where it was sitting. So I should be okay when I seal it back up. And then, since I have the front off, as you can see, I've got an offset on the belt. My radiator is right here. When we installed the engine, we installed it just a little bit too far forward, and I have not enough room to get my water pump pulley out of there. So now I can put some washers behind it and get that belt to be even with the crank and the alternator. And if you look, there's an angle here and an angle there. So I think if I just bring this out, maybe the thickness of that washer is going to help. So I hope that by going the extra mile to show you this, whether you have an MGB, an MGA, all of them, I believe, have that bypass port or in the head. And by the time you get the engine or the car, somebody's replaced the thermostat and it doesn't have the bellows that it came with from the factory. I've never seen one. My father works on MG engines for about 30 or 40 years, and he didn't tell me about it. I don't know how that happened. Maybe he's never seen one. I don't know. But you can do it one of two ways. If you live in an area where it's really hot, you could run without a thermostat. But I don't like the idea of that, because it's just going to run through the radiator too fast. And last night, it was very hot up here just south of Canada. Very hot, very humid. And I went, I don't know, quite a while before I started to get heat soaked, because of the fan that I have in the front grill was improperly configured. But I'm working on that right now, and that's why I have this off of here. So go ahead, give a little support, see what you think. I mean, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And subscribe, and what we'll do is, if you want to see something, maybe I'll make a video just for you. All right, thank you.